Hello everyone, it's History Behind the Warrior, and welcome back to the channel, with us tackling a very new and very different series on the channel, Invincible Versus. A 3v3 tag fighter, made by the developers of Killer Instinct, now coined as Quarter Up, set of course in the Invincible universe. Now in today's video, since it's been a day or so since I reacted to the trailer, we do have some pretty big details regarding story, gameplay, as well as the finer details of what exactly is going on here with Invincible Versus. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down everything we do have here, analysing what is known, and discuss what's been hinted at and alluded to moving forward. Now, just a heads up before we dive right into things, a lot of this information will be taken from the Steam page, as well as an ever so recent dev diary, documenting the creation of this game. From these bits of information, we'll learn a little bit more about what direction they're going in, who is actually the head behind the story, what direction could it go and how does it deviate from its source material, as well as of course, how will the game play mechanically. And also, just a quick heads up here, for many of you longtime fans of the channel, just letting you know this does not mean the end of Mortal Kombat content, we'll simply be juggling a fair few fighting games moving forward. So with that said, let's delve right into things, starting off with story here. Now the overall project is being overlooked by someone called Mike Rogers, the narrative director of the story, and someone who does have quite a long history with Skybound games, as well as the Invincible series as a whole, having worked on 2 Invincible games prior to this, Invincible Universe Doc Seismic Attack, and Invincible Presents Atom Eve. So to say that he's familiar with the universe would definitely be an understatement, as his job is effectively to keep characters in line with that of the mythos. But on the writing side of things, we don't know who the team will consist of. It is yet to be confirmed if Robert Kirkman will be directly writing this next new game, but I'm almost certain with him overseeing the project and owning the IP, he will most certainly have some inputs here, especially seeing as he's very excited about the project. And along with this, they have confirmed that there will be an additional writer here, but that individual is currently yet to be named. Only that said person has played a part in the animated series, so we'll essentially have to wait and see whom that is. Now in terms of narrative premise and story, it's incredibly bare on details. They haven't clarified where it takes place, when it takes place, or how this will all kind of unravel. But from simply watching the trailer alone, and knowing how its presentation has been greatly influenced by the show, we're able to deduce quite a lot of things here. And if the animated cinematic is anything to go by, which I do believe it is, as it's reflective of the current roster right now, I believe that it takes place at the tail end of Season 1, where Omni-Man's true allegiance and purpose is finally revealed. But instead of turning Mark, or having failed in doing so, it looks like Nolan would reach out to his 2 Viltrumite allies in order to conquer the Earth for the Empire, which is what I think we directly do see here. Because when the trio are confronted, it is with Atom Eve and Rexplode. Again, it's very possible that this does still happen very early on, as Teen Team could still kind of be a thing, but I'm pretty sure it's during the second age of Guardian of the Globe heroes, as there's an intro between Mark and Eve, where he does say he loves her, hinting at elements from Season 2 to 3. And I'm pretty sure this goes without saying here, but of course this is a spin-off. So narrative elements and interpretations will be changed here. And during one of the dev diary interviews, Robert Kirkman has gone down and said that he's very excited for this game, not only because it fits the Invincible universe, but it also allows characters to interact and fight that never had the chance to do so in the comics or animated show. So we are strolling onto untreaded territory in that regard. And to cap this off, they have confirmed and said that there will be a fully animated story. Whilst they haven't said how it will look visually, I think if the reveal trailer is anything to go by, then it will be spectacular. Now, in terms of roster, there are 7 fighters right now. Invincible, Omni-Man, Atom Eve, Rexplode, Bulletproof, Lucan, and Fula. Now, in terms of the rest of the roster, they are yet to hint at any of the other characters, but seeing as they're drawing a lot of heavy influence from the show, I would most certainly expect a lot of the characters from the first 3 seasons to be implemented into the game. So you could probably expect to see individuals like Alan the Alien, Angstrom Levy, and Conquest to appear in the game. I could be probably reaching a little bit too far ahead, but I wouldn't expect to see characters like Frag or Dinosaurus until much later down the line, most likely as DLC. because everyone voicing the characters here are from the show, and with certain future individuals yet to be voice cast, I believe they will be purposely postponed to later down the line, where that news can be revealed, and then they themselves can be added to the roster. Now moving along to the gameplay side of things, mechanically there's actually quite a lot going on here, and through the most recent dev diaries, we do get to see some new and official gameplay that does display the game's UI, letting us know and see what exactly is going on here, and what sort of tag fighter is this. So let's start with the UI, its visual presentation, and then break down how the game works mechanically. So in terms of team layout and structure, in each corner you do have your 3 fighters, and it does look like each character will be having their own health bar here, so it's not one singular shared one. And along with this, there are 2 different sorts of meter that can be used. One that stacks up and that is built up over time, utilized for either level 1 or presumably level 3 supers, but the yellow bar under the health bar here can be utilized in order to enhance specials, or spent on a 2-bar assisted combo breaker. Now in terms of tag-ins and assists, these don't utilize bars of meter, but it does put your characters in a timed out cooldown state, timing them out for a few seconds, so they have to be used tactically, especially if you need them for a breaker. And the final few mechanics I've been able to find is a fallout mechanic of sorts, that I'll be elaborating on a little bit later, and a push block mechanic that will get the opponent off you. So in terms of defensive options, there's actually quite a few here, and the final addition on the gameplay side of things is that there is a ground bounce mechanic, allowing you to add further depth to that of your combos. And talking about the game's combo system, let's talk about that fallout mechanic. Because as you're being hit, there is a small tiny box that does start to slowly fill up, indicating the ability to fall out of a combo. That is until they tag in another partner, which then resets it and allows said combo to continue on, thus preventing any infinites and allowing you to really learn and utilize your entire team. So it really incentivizes combo depth, as well as knowledge in your team composition. Now in terms of overall visual presentation, we do have quite a bit going on here, as the intro starts off with your point character entering, with your tag assist partners behind you, then followed by character specific dialogue with the opposing enemy, and then of course the clash that then leads to the very first round. And I really do like this. It adds a lot of personality to the fights, and could make for a lot of interesting interactions between characters that never get to meet. So you could get Battle Beast meeting Conquest, or Powerplex meeting Angstrom Levy. There's a lot of really cool things that can happen here. And of course, you get to completely paste your opponent. We're talking about them getting their spaghetti bolognese special treatment. I love that they added this feature here, as violence really is a part of Invincible's identity, so no punches were pulled in that regard. And to somewhat cap this off now, let's quickly gloss over the stages we have. Starting off with the moon, which we do see a considerable amount in early previews, homaging Invincible's first encounter with Alan. But we have 2 other very iconic stages. One that takes place in the mountains, the same setting and backdrop where Omni-Man beat Invincible to a bloody pulp, but also what looks to be a battle-devastated Chicago, akin to yet another fight between Omni-Man and Invincible. So as early preview stages go, these are really strong choices here, and I do like that as the battle goes on, the stages start to crumble down from the sheer ferocity of combat. So with that said everyone, this pretty much covers all of the current and known details surrounding Invincible Versus. And I gotta say right now, I'm pretty damn impressed with what they got here. It's still very early days, so there's definitely space for improvement. But in terms of story, I'm really intrigued and very invested to see what direction this will go in. Because the fun part about stuff like this being non-canon is that everyone is expendable. Different fights and different characters get to interact with each other in ways you could only imagine. You ever wondered what would happen if Battle Beast fought Omni-Man? Well, we can get that answer here. It's stuff like that I find to be very, very fun. But I do want to see how they tackle this story and how much heart is in it. Because despite the sheer crazy amount of violence that Invincible is known for, the heart that's put into this story can really make it something special. And on the gameplay side of things, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Whilst we may be oversaturated in team fighters next year, I like the amount of combo depth, defensive options, and very unique approach they're having to a tag fighter. It is very akin to that of the KI team, and I'm very excited to see more from the different fighters that will arrive. But for now everyone, that's been it for me. So down in the comments below, please let me know what are your thoughts on Invincible Versus. Do you like what you see? Do you like how characters play? What are your thoughts on the game's potential story? And who are you the most excited to see be revealed for the game? Because there are a ton of different characters that could appear here. And I mean, hey man, we all know who I'm rooting for right now. But anyway guys, that has been it for me. So as always, thank you for sticking around, I super appreciate it. And please feel free to subscribe and tick that bell if you want to know all things story, lore, and news related for Invincible Versus. For now though, that's been it for me. So as always, please take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.